wonderful chocolate coconut almond protein bar. This is something that you can make ahead. You can make a big batch of this if you want. You want to double it, triple it, take it in the car with you on trips, take it to the gym. It's quick, it's easy, and you don't have to do any cooking. That's the great part. Anyhow, I love this chocolate that I buy at your delis, and it has 3 carbs per, I think it's 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon has 3 carbs. So anyhow, what you do is you take a half a cup of the chocolate and you put it in your mixing bowl. Then you take just a little bit of cold pressed, expeller pressed canola oil or safflower oil. You want something that's not going to have a lot of taste. You don't want to use olive oil in this. And just use 1 tablespoon, 1 little glug like that. The next thing I did was I put 1 tablespoon of either cream, half and half. If you don't have that, usually we have this on our shelves, evaporated low-fat milk, and 1 tablespoon, and I just eyeballed it and put it in there. The next thing I did was I started to mix this, and you see it's kind of crumbly, like this. And you're going to really get your hands dirty in this. You want to take your rings off, and you're going to realize that you're going to be in a mess here. But it's fun, it's all fun, it's in the kitchen, and your hands are impeccably clean. Next thing we'll do is we're going to add coconut to this recipe. I love coconut. This is dried coconut. This is the Red Mill unsweetened medium shredded coconut. And the total carbs of this is 4 carbs per 1 tablespoon. So there is some fiber in this. There's 2 grams of fiber. So actually there's 2 net carbs per tablespoon. So I'm going to use 2 good heaping tablespoons of unsweetened coconut in my protein bar. Another thing I like to add is a little bit of organic vanilla. If you have it, buy good vanilla. Don't buy the extract. You know, actually I found this at TJ Maxx, and you can buy it cheaper if you buy it at some of the specialty stores, or you know, like Marshall's. Anyhow, it's a pretty good price. I think it was around $10. But a little goes a long way. You're going to find a big difference between this, the real thing, and the extract. Well, this says extract. This is the real thing. The vanilla extract sometimes that you see on the shelves is not really, it's not the real deal. So this is what you want to get. Now for a sweetener, I always like to use my Fiber Fit. Depending on how sweet you want these, I'm going to put 2, maybe even 3 tablespoons, and I just eyeball that. Alright, now, here's a little something I wanted to tell you about. Have you tried the brown sugar blend Splenda? This is going to add a little bit more carbs, but the flavor is so intense. You've got 2 carbohydrates for a half a teaspoon. No fiber, so, of course. So what you do is, you just need a half a teaspoon. You don't need very much. And this is going to add a lot of that brown sugar, and I put a little bit extra in there. This is going to add a little extra flavor that I really like. I like the brown sugar flavor in this. Alright, now, the next thing I'm going to add is some kind of either raw almond butter, peanut butter, whatever you want, your choice. I'm going to put about, let's say, I don't know, maybe 3 good tablespoons in my protein bar, just like that. This actually is not the raw. I had this fresh ground at the health food store, but it's very delicious. And it does have some carbs, but they're very low. Alright, the last thing we're going to add is chocolate whey protein. And I'm going to measure this for you because I think I'm going to put in about a half a cup, so you'll know exactly how much to put in this. And I'm going to measure that out. We're just going to dump that in. Now this is going to be a very dry mix. Now here's the fun part. You're going to get in here with your hands, and I don't know if you can see, but this is going to be crumbly. You see how crumbly it is? And you're going to get really dirty and messy. It's going to get under your fingernails. What's the fun of making this? Actually, get your kids to do this. They would love this. They love doing anything squishy like this. And you just keep mixing it and kneading it until it forms a little dough. And you know what, you might even need to add, this is a little bit dry, but you could even add like a little splash more of cream if you need to, just to wet your mix, just a little. Because you want this to be dry and crumbly. And you notice I'm not going to cook any of this. This has not been cooked. I haven't even put this in the microwave, which is really nice because if you have raw, unsweetened coconut and you have your almond butter that's raw, you're not going to lose any of your wonderful enzymes. Now actually you could add nuts to this if you wanted to. You could add, let me wash my hands real quick and I'll just talk to you about it. You could add nuts to your little mix. Trying to think what else. I mean, there are some really delicious chocolate chips out there in the market that you can buy. They're sweetened with Splenda. That would be really good in this. Okay, so you've got your coconut, you've got your almonds, you've got, if you've got the unsweetened chocolate chips with Splenda and nuts, this could be pretty good. It could be pretty nutritious too. So my hands are a little bit wet now that I'm forming my log. And then what we're going to do is just form it. And then we'll take a knife and we're just going to cut sections like this. And there you go. Look how pretty that is. Now, you could wrap this in a piece of cellophane, and then when you get hungry, you just pop one of those in your mouth, and I think that would be very satisfying. I think you're going to enjoy this recipe. Try it at home.